Alrighty, guys and gals, welcome back to the Houston Kilby YouTube channel. It is time to work on this 55 Pontiac. You guys saw us put a motor in this thing not too long ago. We done motor mounts and stuff. Well, this thing has been gone. It has been getting painted and been getting some cool, very cool lace type of painting been done underneath the hood on the inner fenders, and it's going to be a sweet little ride. So now it's time for us to get this thing together. You guys have kind of seen some little videos here and there of us doing some Permatex promotion stuff with it. We've been working on putting the flex plate back on it and getting the motor painted up and just getting everything kind of cleaned up and ready. And we've just kind of been in wait, just waiting on this car to get painted up, and it's time to hammer down here. So went ahead and got everything torqued down. This thing had a crazy looking flex plate on it. It had a weird design how everything was cut out for the hole there for the center of the crankshaft to go through, but everything matched up fine, everything fitted up fine. And me and Jesse is getting the transmission bolted up this bad boy, and we are getting ready to put this thing in there. So during this step here, you kind of got to be careful, kind of got to take your time here on getting everything put together and stuff. We've just got everything painted. We've got everything, cleaned up pretty daggum nice here, and it's going to be a sweet, pretty build. So got to be careful, and putting some blankets over everything, and let you guys see here old Mr. Jesse working on this.
Bro, hug that motor like what you was doing a minute ago. Look at this. That's a lot of Pontiac love right there.
I'm telling you, I'm all into Pontiac now. Hell, I'm giving it a hug.
He's giving it a hug. All right, guys, we're getting that motor in there. So far, so good. And no scratches so far. All that went good. And we're getting it stabbed on down in there. And we'll get the headers on it here in a little bit and be rocking and rolling, man. All right, guys, we're getting rid of this old pedal right here and putting in this new billet one right here. So we had to drill the holes out for it and make the slot for it. So now you can check this out right here. So that's how it's going to look right there. Check that out. Bingo. All right, so another thing we done was we put a new throttle pedal in it. We had to, and this one is a cable driven one, which is pretty nice. You can get these off of Amazon or eBay, and they're pretty sweet. We used one of these on that LS swap, that at 51 that we done, and these things are pretty nice. We just got done bolting that one in, and I'll show you guys on the top side on the carburetor what it looks like. All right, guys, so this is what it looks like up here on the linkage side on the carburetor. All these brackets came with it. All this mounting stuff here came with it. The return springs, all that turned out really nice right there. Really easy to put together. So not bad little setup there for a quick throttle pedal replacement. And this is nice to get rid of all those mechanical linkages. I'm not a fan of mechanical throttle pedal linkages, in case if you wreck, those things are really bad about hanging wide open. These cable ones, see how you can do this and see how you can do this back here. It's more forgiving if you get in a crash. It doesn't just hang it wide open. So you can move this like crazy and nothing happens. See what I'm saying? So they're a whole lot more forgiving. But anyways, that step is done there. It's time to move on to the next thing. All right, guys, so we're working on this 55. You guys saw we got the motor and stuff in it, and now it's time to work on exhaust and all that. We're putting a kind of a temporary exhaust in this thing for them, but a decent little one. This car has a couple of problems, so let's look at it. All right, so let's look at the other complications that's going on in this thing. And if you guys can see right over here, there's a brake booster and a brake master cylinder down below the floorboard. It is also very cram packed with the shorty header right there. If you guys can see what you guys see right there, that's what I'm dealing with. We've got some tight spots. It's not going to be easy. And also this thing has some crazy linkage set up on it due to this thing. It's still got the column shifter in it and stuff. So there's kind of some crazy linkages there going on in order to make that work. That's a lot of the same stuff that was in this car before when it had a Buick motor in it. And yes, it did have a Buick motor in it. And so I made some of that stuff work, and that was about the best I could get it to do. It's weird, it's funky. When you got a column shifter, it takes a lot of mechanical linkages to make all that work, and it's kind of funky, to be honest. And that's what they wanted, and that's what we got set back up again. It's not the prettiest thing, but it works, and that's what they had on it, and I think it'll be okay. But it's going to be fun running this exhaust and clearing all that. So now we got to run a crossover tube and go from 2 to 1 type of deal. So what I'm thinking is we will run a tube right through here, and we'll connect into a tube and a flange right in here. I want to be able to make this so that they can work on this car, and of course most likely this car will probably come back for work in the future type of deal. So if I got to work on it again or if we ever got to pull the motor out of this thing again, I don't want to have to cut the exhaust out. So one thing I notice a lot of people mess up on, if you're doing a 2 to 1 exhaust, you need to flange it out so that you can drop that section out of the way so you can pull the motor out. If you don't flange it on these 2 to 1 setups, what happens is you'll have this exhaust pipe hanging here, you have this exhaust pipe hanging here, and now it's hard to get the motor out, and it's impossible to pull a transmission out without pulling the whole entire unit out. Okay, so if you want to drop a transmission out of it, you have to pull the motor if you don't flange it. We're going to be flanging it so that they can pull a transmission out with the motor still in the car if they wanted to. And anything we work on, I've been really trying to make it as user friendly as possible, because again, who knows, we'll probably be working on it again, and you don't want to put yourself into a corner and make it more of a headache down the road. So we'll try to do the best we can. So yeah guys, we got a lot to deal with. We got a lot to deal with on this master cylinder over here and these brake lines. We'll probably have to put some exhaust wrap on some things to try to keep those brake lines from boiling and all that stuff. So we got a little bit of a complicated area, so let's dig into it. All right guys, so one of the things I wanted to mention, why did we go to 2 to 1 and we're only got one muffler on this car? This thing, if y'all can't see it or not, this thing is a X-frame car. So the problem with that is you have to notch out the X-frame in order to run exhaust through it. Now, this thing from the factory only had one muffler on it, so that meant it was a single exhaust car, and that's what the customer wanted to go back with due to the amount of work it was going to take on the X-frame in order to run dual exhaust. So this is what we come up with, and ended up working out pretty good. Well, we got their hot rod exhaust done to get them going and stuff. You guys can see how we've got it flanged out everywhere where that whole entire section can drop out, so they can work on things and stuff under there. But it's a cheapo fix, but it works. And you clean it up with some of that VHT high temp paint, and it actually makes the exhaust look pretty decent and stuff under there, and it actually lasts for a pretty good while too. But anyways, we're getting the exhaust under it so we can get this thing fired up, and until they're ready to run a full exhaust under it. All right guys, there you go. So we've got the crossover piece done, all that's done. We got the muffler mounted and all that stuff, and we've got a exhaust pipe support and all that stuff put in, and I believe it'll work pretty good. So at least it's enough on there for us to fire this thing up and it not sound absolutely horrible type of deal. But anyways, now you can get the starter off, you can work on all that stuff, and the linkage clears, all that stuff works without having to take the exhaust off. That's the nice thing. This piece here, I don't like how kind of at an angle and how far it kind of droops down, but that's all I could do to keep the fabrication minimal there. So you could probably pie cut it and really get that in really nice, but that's some pretty smooth lines there, and it's simple. So let's move on here and let's get to the top side and rock and roll. All right guys, so the exhaust is now done. I just want to let you guys kind of see this thing where we're at. Stuff is everywhere right now, but y'all can kind of see what we got going on here. This thing is going to look pretty nice. Went ahead and got the front end mocked up and stuff there. I got my dad's help on that, and this car is looking pretty dang good there. So things we got left to do in the next episode, we've got to get the radiator in it. We've got to get all the radiator hoses hooked up, transmission cooler lines, We got to get the fuel lines hooked up. We're going to be replacing the main fuel line all the way back to the tank. It's just in really rough shape. And we're going to be putting all AN fittings and hoses on this thing. That's one thing probably moving forward on about every vehicle we work on. I think we're just going to be putting AN stuff on everybody's cars we work on. And it's just, if you want me working on it, want me working on fuel lines, then I'm just going to be putting really, really good grade stuff on there and getting rid of hose clamps is just kind of where I'm at with it. But yeah, guys, it's looking good. Like the way it's looking there. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. We got a lot more coming on this build and a lot more coming on the rest of stuff too. So let's give some updates on that and we'll get on out of here. All right, so the shop is a mess right now. We've got work going on the F-250 back there. Dad has been working on the intake for that thing. We're going to be putting a water-to-air intercooler on it. You guys will be seeing more information on that deal in the next episode on that truck. So that's going good. GTO right now, we've got the motor out of it. It's getting new valves put in it while we're working on this front end. Give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek right there what's going on. Basically what's left to do on this car is hook the headlights up and put the windows in it and those doors right there. So the front end mounting is almost done and you guys will be seeing full episodes start to finish on what all we done on that there because we got a lot of sponsors working with us on that. So guys, just stay tuned on that car. There's more coming and we'll be racing soon here within a month. So it's about to be picking up big time on that and we'll get to go racing together. So heck yeah. All right, so the last thing is this chassis right here. This is a mud truck that I'm finishing up welding on. Pretty much 90% of the parts are at powder coating right now, getting powder coated up. And this thing is getting wrapped up here. I've got a little bit of welding left to do and the chassis can go as well. So we've been full send. Thank you guys for watching on that, but we've been busy. All right, guys, so I thought I'd end this video off with just a bunch of welding. This is me kind of welding like a crazy man around the front housing on that mud truck, and it takes a lot of welding, takes a lot of time, and oh my goodness, this is one of those steps if you don't think you're ever going to get done. I kid you not. So lots of hours, lots of filler rod, and finally starting to get this thing to look like something. So anyways, getting this mess cleaned up, welding some odds and ends parts on this thing, and then back to welding on the chassis. There's so many tabs, so many plates on these things. I kid you not. I've done so much welding the past week here. It's crazy to think I still don't have it all welded yet, but it's getting there, and we should be getting this thing to powder coating really soon. And I thought end you off here seeing what this thing is looking like. So thank you guys for staying tuned. Like, share, subscribe. Hope to see you all in the next episode, and don't forget, comment down below. We appreciate those comments and they help out the channel a ton. Till next time, y'all have a good one.